Wow. Wow, this was heavy. Hey everybody, welcome back. Welcome to the Ultimate World Music Reaction channel, all about music and psychology. We're exploring something brand new today. We go on these musical rides here exploring music from all around the world, and today we're going to take a ride to Australia. I am so excited because I don't think I featured that continent on this channel yet. So let's begin our journey with someone named Dean Lewis. All I know is that it says he's an Australian singer-songwriter, Dean Lewis, and he has a bunch of songs out. And most recently, or a recent one, is from 5 months ago, over 23 million views. He himself has over 1.47 million subscribers, so really established. But I don't know what to expect. I was told I need to check this out, and that it may be very sad, but that's about all that I know. So here we go. As always, like, share, subscribe. I'm so happy you're here. Let's dive straight in.
Early morning, there's a message on my phone. It's my mother saying, darling, please come home. I fear the worst, but how could you leave us all behind? There's so much to say, but there's so little time. So how do I say goodbye to someone who's been with me for my whole damn life? You gave me my name and the color of your eyes. See your face when I look at mine. So how do I say goodbye when I couldn't? You always saw the best in me. Right or wrong, you were always on my side. But I'm scared of what life without you's like. And I saw the way she looked into your eyes. And I promise if you go, I will make sure she's alright. So how do I say goodbye to someone who's been with me for my whole damn life? You gave me my name and the color of your eyes. See your face when I look at mine. So how do I say goodbye? And there's no way you could ever let me down. Gonna steal some time and start again. You'll always be my closest friend. And someday we're gonna make it out. Just hold the light. Just hold the light high, high. So how do I say goodbye to someone who's been with me for my whole damn life? You gave me my name and the color of your eyes. I see your face when I look at mine. So how do I say goodbye? So how do I say goodbye?
Did it say, wait a minute, did it say the suggestions of what else to watch said, did it say thanks to stem cell transplant, my dad is in remission, I got to play him this song? Wow. Oh, thank God. Wow, this was heavy. I thought about pausing in between. Reaction videos are weird, you know? I mean, they're weird, I'm doing this. But they're fascinating on a psychological level because there's something special about watching, experiencing music again with other people, right? Especially if it's the first time listening to a song. We live through other people somehow and their reactions. We get to connect with other people and their emotions. We get to enjoy together here the music we all love. So it's neat when we get to review and react to songs and we get to communicate in the comment section on what the song means to us. But everybody is different, right? Some people, they prefer just, to comment at the end. Some people prefer to comment throughout. And it's just unique, how everybody has a different preference. I can't make everybody happy. Ultimately, I promised real talk, real reaction, so I got to be true. And this was not one of those songs where it felt right to stop and talk, even though there would have been things to say, and I hope I won't forget too much now that I've waited till the end. But it is very emotional and heavy, and I think it's obvious what this is about, right? His dad being diagnosed with cancer, thank God, supposedly, if I saw correctly, still around, and reflecting on his dad, that legacy, all these videos of him being his closest friend and being his father, from the moment he breathed his first breath and came into this world to the dealing with the pain of having to say goodbye. And I think often when we talk about death, sickness, disease, or the loss of someone or the potential loss of someone, it's going to be emotionally heavy and trigger sadness, be it because we've lost someone ourselves or because we can empathize with that pain and that question, how do I say goodbye? When someone dies or something significant happens, like a diagnosis or something that really triggers our existential fears, for one, it's such a reminder of our own mortality, but also it's painful because we love people, and this life is so fleeting, and it's this weird paradox in life, that we have this beautiful life and we can live it fully if we're present and appreciative and we create special memories, right? That's as old as time, these philosophies about how to deal with death anxieties, right? So many different philosophers who have tried to find solutions to this dilemma, this grief of mortality, from songs like I Want to Be Forever Young to philosophical debates to texts, writings, historical inquiries into how can we live life to the fullest. What is the meaning of life? From people fighting wars, trying to gain power and success because they think that that is what will make life meaningful. If you have accomplished something, if you have conquered, you have those who try to create and through their art try to propel themselves into the future to live on and leave something of importance. You have those who look to beauty, right? Surgeries, trying to be forever young, if you will. Some who defy death and try to do crazy things and looking for that adrenaline kick because life is short. All of us in our own way at some point in life deal with death anxiety and existential fears. Deep down, I think, trying to find meaning. What is the point of life? As we're trying to figure out the meaning of life, life keeps going by. And though time is an illusion, we are running out of time. And there's this dance between being present and savoring it, creating memories in order to feel like you've lived life to the fullest. And like I've quoted in another video, Sartre, who said, and I paraphrase, when death comes for us, it will only find a dead man, a dead woman, because we've lived our life so fully that our final heartbeat falls on the final page of our book of life. And I think that's one aspect, right? These questions that arise when we ourselves or someone else comes face to face with death. And then in addition to that, you have all these emotions that are evoked because hopefully we all have people in our lives who we think of as we listen to this. I know I do, where there's this sadness, for one, at the thought of ourselves leaving and leaving them behind, wanting to see our children grow up, wanting to be with our spouse, wanting to be with our friends, wanting to be around to see these beautiful things still ahead. And at the same time, a fear, a sadness, having a hard time coping at the thought of the ones we love leaving us. How do you say goodbye, right? How do you say goodbye in the face of something so finite? It is easier to say goodbye when you know you will see that person again. In German, there's other words for goodbye, right? You have tschüss, then you have things like auf Wiedersehen, which translated literally would be until I see you again. And so in other languages, I know this applies as well. You have all these different greetings and salutes to tell somebody, I'll see you, see you later, hasta luego, like you have all these different concepts of telling people, I'll see you again at a later date. And I think for us humans, it's very hard to comprehend something finite. I don't know how to say goodbye because everything else is just matter of faith. Even if you believe in an afterlife, even if you have faith that you will see your loved ones again, that is a matter of faith. It's hard to know that for a fact because we've not been there yet. We've not experienced it yet, and those who have are not here to tell us. So there's this element of faith, of trust, of hope, if you will. And hope is a beautiful and a powerful, powerful thing, but it also takes courage to grasp and hold on to hope when you can't see it with your eyes and you don't know for sure. And you have to say goodbye, leaving them. It's a heavy, heavy, heavy topic, but also a very profound, beautiful way not to only honor his dad, but I could see many people being touched by this because it honors their loved ones. And it is this reminder of how fleeting life is. Even these videos from childhood, birth to, him as an old man in the hospital bed and being part of his accomplishments, music career, school graduations. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. What a blessing that he has such a dad, that he has such parents in his life. And I think that it's just a reminder to all of us to cherish those who we have. Even if we don't have a parent or a father like that, there's maybe somebody else in your life. And if not, maybe I would encourage you, do the work necessary to foster those relationships, to open your heart again to somebody where you can love others, where you can have people in your life where it would hurt to say goodbye, even though it's a painful, painful thing. I think that love is worth that. I think in order to be fully alive, there's something beautiful about loving and feeling, even at the cost of having to say goodbye, even at the cost of sadness. It may seem a paradox, right? Why would I want to hurt, right? How does love hurt? But I think one of you even commented, I've read this before, I don't know who the author of this quote is, something along the lines of grief is just having so much love and nowhere to go with it, or not knowing what to do with it, something like that. And I think that is one thing that makes our life very full and rich, is people, relationships, and loving one another. Really deep, really, really deep. I'm sure there's much more that I could say here, but I'll leave it at that. Very beautiful. From a musical standpoint, I just spoke about the lyrics and psychology now. At first, the first few notes and texture of his voice reminded me of Ed Sheeran for a moment. Then it switched and I heard influences of Shawn Mendes. And I say those things, as I've said before, not to compare at all, but just for reference points, because sometimes that helps in communicating. But a very unique, a very cool voice, poppy, a subtle rasp, soulful. And this song, just from a compositional standpoint, fairly straightforward, keyboard, drums, guitar. I think the guitar actually was probably what carried a lot of it, and that made it a beautiful ballad, in my opinion, and worked well with the lyrics, especially because to me the song was focused on lyrics and music video. Beautiful. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. As always, like, share, subscribe, and I will see you on the next ride. Ayo!